Hello, everybody, and welcome to Day Job. I am your host, Code Marvelous, and today I am joined by friend of the show and all-around great netrunner human, Russell. What's up, Russell?
Hey, Dan. Good to see you.
Good to be seen. What are we doing today?
So we were chatting just now, and we thought we'd play Aaron's deck from Euros, which is the Blue Sun deck that just won Euros. So I am not a Blue Sun person, much as like I'm not a green person. I've played a lot of Wayland, but hardly any Blue Sun. So this is going to be an interesting experience to see how this kind of deck works.
So let's talk about this opening hand. We have a critical part of our primary win condition, which is Punitive Counterstrike. We have Orions, which based on what we currently have, we're not going to be able to res for a while, but we also have an Afsharp. I think this is a keep.
Yeah, I think it, and I think it's woo, so not criminal. So first turn is score hostile, probably.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, so we're just going to score out a hostile takeover to start here.
And then what? Afshar on HQ, Orion on R&D, and Hedge next turn.
Yeah, okay, so it looks like this is going to be like an Aesop's technical writer build.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to be careful because they're going to have a big pile of credits to fight.
Yeah.
To fight Punitive. Alright, so I think we can actually afford to... Oh, no, we... So, gosh, we really don't want to res the Orion, but we'll put it down just to disincentivize them from running. Well, actually, we can't res the Orion.
And the Chrysium probably goes on R&D, right?
Oh, yeah, because if they're on Kushuk, we're seeing already 2 1-cost cards. So, Scarcity, that seems pretty good against Shaper.
Let's draw.
Yeah, let's draw. That's very good. Reduce Service is very good.
I'll draw one more time.
Yeah.
And then play the Scarcity.
So, I think this turn we play the Scarcity. I think next turn we play the Orion out in a remote.
Yep.
With building blocks. And the nice thing about building blocks is anything that we building blocks doesn't get trashed.
No, it's not like Oversight, right? Oversight, you've got to worry about that.
Yeah. So it's significantly... So they're on... Actually, it looks like something very similar to the list that I was playing the other day. The Rizeki and Technical Writers.
So 3 drip.
3 drip, 8 on there. Okay, so, this is perfect. So we're going to building blocks out the Orion. And then we're going to put the daily quest in there.
Yeah. So do you have a... Okay, Dan, just a question before you do the last click. Do you put the Chrysium with the daily quest?
We could. That would certainly be a jerk move, right?
Yeah.
I apologize, everybody. I'm eating salad. I'm doing my lunch early so that I can stream for longer today. Oh. This electric kettle has changed my life, Russell.
I'm glad.
All right. All right, I think we can afford to draw here.
So do you pick up the Orion ever? What I'm not sure about because I haven't really played much Blue Sun is when do you pick things up?
Blue Sun, things that aren't oversighted, you only really pick them up if you need the money, right? Because otherwise you're costing yourself a click to put it back down.
Yeah. So what I do here probably is draw Surveyor on the moat and then reduced service in the remote.
Yeah, well, that way we're getting ready for the eventual score, right?
Yeah.
And we're still just kind of like ticking away here, money-wise. We're starting our turn with an easy mark. That's very bad for us, but luckily one of 2 hostiles is already scored.
Sure. So an agenda would be really good here.
Yeah. Probably this is going to be the best time for us to draw one. Now, the problem is we also have to pick up Daily Quest before, technically, we see the card.
Sure.
But alright. So let's draw.
Yep.
These border controls are also very good.
Yeah.
Let's draw once more. So now we have an agenda to jam next turn. I think last click, we're going to put the border control on server 2.
That seems good. And they don't have it. They don't have anything like enough money to challenge right now. Well, I guess got the 11 credits on the writer, right?
Yeah. They're not bad, but the reduced service is certainly gonna hurt them click wise, right?
So you pick up the daily quest, right?
So, we can pick up the daily quest because we'll save the Orion for the potential punitive turn. So here's a Kushuk. I don't think that they can actually get through this, so I think we res it.
Well, it's last click, so if they steal, they're dead because they don't have the click to liberate the writer.
Yeah, you're right. Looks like they're on number 2 based, and they whiff anyway. We almost would have preferred them.
If they steal that, then it's a good game, right?
Right, we almost preferred them to get something there.
Yep.
Because they'd be dead. So we have to wait to do it afterwards because of the weird way the start of turn triggers work. And we're just gonna jam, right?
Yep. And then do you do the reduced service thing?
Yep. Do the reduced service right away.
Mm-hmm.
Now a very limited number of clicks for our opponent.
So what does reduced service say? Can you just hover over that card and see it explain reduced service and how that works?
So reduced service, when you res it, you can pay 1, 2, 3, or 4 credits. And for each credit that you pay, it gets a counter on it. I'm also going to bring it up on the screen here. And what reduced service says is that in order to run, so before the run starts, like so it gets around things like stim hack, the runner has to have 8 credits to start the run. But for each successful run on a central server, it loses 1 counter.
All right.
It's a very well-balanced card, I think. But it has the advantage of Blue Sun can mitigate its weakness, right?
Yeah.
Because Blue Sun can say, you know what? I'm going to pick it up now that it has 0 counters on it.
So that's when you pick it up, right? You pick it up when it's got 0 rather than at the beginning of the turn and or having to trash it. That's cool.
Yeah.
So now you can put daily quest back in there if we don't draw another agenda, and then put something like, I don't know, slot machine on R&D.
Exactly right. Right. So there's a bunch of things that Blue Sun leverages really well in the new card pool, right? Because they don't have to overwrite things; they can pick them up instead.
Yeah. So they're going to be doing the Kushuk thing forever, I guess.
So what we're actually going to do here is, before this turn starts, we're going to res Chrysium Grid, so we can pick it up. And then that way we can put it on R&D.
Oh, that's pretty neat. So do you just install advance that?
Yeah, I think we just jam and say do something about it, right? Because we still just have 15 credits, right? Just like sitting around.
Yeah, so if they take all of the money of Technical Writer, that's 1 click.
Yeah.
Then they're going to have...
But they're still only also showing 1 type of breaker and a Palangi.
No, a Palangi, yeah.
And, okay, so we'll let them do it.
Yep. If they steal a hostile would have been bad for us there, but fortunately they missed it.
The drone deployment's pretty funny. They're going to get rid of the Clot, of course. One of the things that is a negative of Kushuk is you can only access 1 agenda at a time.
So they have to liberate the money off Technical Writer for 1 of these clicks, right? Otherwise, they
don't have to do anything.
Well, if they don't, they die to double punitive, because you've got punitive and then the consulting visit punitive. If you pick up
or single punitive if they run this last click.
Yeah.
Because they put the surfer down like they're going to threaten this remote, right?
Yeah, but you've got border, so that's not going to work.
I mean, if they don't... I would just let them have it. To guarantee the kill, right? Come on in. Okay, well, we can win by scoring or killing.
Yep, both are good.
I guess we'll just take the one that requires the least weird work.
Mm-hmm.
And just score out.
Good game.
Thanks for the game. Man, SSL is such a great Wayland agenda, but not for Argus. It's so wild how, like, Argus functions completely differently than most other Wayland decks do, right? Did I lose you?
Nope, still here.
So we got one win in our cap. Do you like my my background that I made?
There's Wayland Pride.
Yeah, Wayland strikes me as the kind of company that would do a wide-sweeping human resources initiative.
Diversity in all things.
For positive optics. This really isn't bad though, because we have early to res ice against Leela, and that's super good, right?
If they challenge, I guess.
I think we keep this because we also have the Chrysium, right?
Sure, that's not bad.
Chrysium's so good against her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the main challenge we've got here
I'm listening.
is hostile scores, right?
Yeah, but we don't need to score a hostile till late.
No. Plus, we can building blocks things, which really helps.
Yeah. Wayland doesn't deal with huge ice super well early, right?
Yeah, but I think do you put that in the remote and then?
So I think
and then the daily quest, put it in and then put the daily quest behind it?
No, because the second they install something, we won't be able to res it. We won't be
able
able
to
to
res got corporate grant down.
Yep.
Sure.
So I think the play is Mausolus Rashida.
Yeah, sure. Well, you still won't be able to res it if you do that, but yeah.
No, we will, because they're only going to take us down to 4, which we'll still be able to res Mausolus.
Okay.
But if we had put daily quest and res daily quest, we'd be at 4, and then when they played something, we'd go down to 3.
Mm-hmm. We have scarcity, right?
We do have scarcity.
I think you res that.
Yeah.
Because you're Blue Sun. Well, that's kind of interesting with Leela, because you kind of you by de-resing stuff, you just reopen the Leela ability. Now they're going to
So it's not the end of the world, like, right? That.
I think you put the Chrysium on HQ and take 2 credits. That's what I would do.
Yeah, I agree. Grant is such a thorn early, right? If you don't...
Yeah. And of course they've got tap going as well, which is a pain for us. You could put the Mausolus on Archives and take 2, or put the Chrysium on Archives and take 2.
We still have.
I think at some stage we want to trash those taps.
We need way more money for that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now we can actually try to get daily quest out.
Yeah, I think so. Gain a credit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Working hard out here.
It's going to give them 2 for every one of our 3.
Yeah, well, after the first fire... We're just not really getting cards in the right order, huh?
Well, we need the economy. I just gain 3. Just take 3.
This is also one of the things that I was concerned about when I looked at this list, and obviously the person who played this list won Euros, but really skilled criminals, especially Leela, are very potent against Blue Sun.
Yeah. So those taps have really got to go, I think. But the question is, when do you do it? You don't do it yet, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, we haven't yet drawn anything big, which we can use the building blocks for, right? That's the issue that we're having.
Well, you could it's a bit trivial. Building blocksing the border control onto.
No, we can't.
H. No, okay.
That's worse. That's spending more than the cost of the ice to install it.
Right, what does building blocks cost?
5.
Oh, I'm not doing that then.
I think. Oh man, this is tough. I think we're just gonna put this Chrysium on RN. No, I don't know. What are we gonna do?
I'd put Surveyor on the remote and take 2.
Yeah, because all we really need here is something big to be able to building blocks to kind of kickstart our economy. So we got an oversight AI, but again, that's not really doing very much for us.
Nope.
All 3 pad taps are down.
Yeah, so those are going to have to go at some time, otherwise they will never establish an economy lead.
Yep. Criminals is miserable to play against, huh?
Well, not miserable. It's only because it's not.
I'm making a joke.
I think we could put reduced service in the remote and take 2. Even a hedge fund would be good.
So there's a Mina.
Mm-hmm.
Do we res?
Where are they running? They're going to run 3 times for suckers and stuff.
Yeah.
I think
we should res. We'll lose an additional credit, but.
Mm-hmm.
We got to reduce the amount of money that they're getting back on this.
Well, they're trying to recover. They're trying to recover the what's it called? So they should have not.
So we're gonna get some of our money back, and they lost the money that they gained from the other run.
Well, they gained it back with tap, so. Well, that's good. We've got 2 ice raised. So.
And Central's ice, no less. Amina is going to be tough for us. And they don't have a ton of money right now. So ideally, we'd like to get something big here to be able to oversight, right? So let's draw 1. Mm-hmm. We're in tough shape.
Well, you could put. I'd put. Yeah. I think there's no point in oversight. Well, they can't break the. You can oversight the border control.
No. Let's put that on R&D, and let's just get a credit.
Sure.
And then we can ditch one of these border controls because we have preemptive.
Mm-hmm.
This is wild. Or a blue sun deck that can't draw any big ice.
You could pick that up and put border control on the archives.
We could. Force them to bring out another breaker.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So unfortunately, we got the worst one, right? Because we got the one that has all 3 subtypes.
But you've got building blocks, right? Or did we ditch it? You've got building blocks, so that's okay. So building blocks, they can't break. You can't oversight it, but you can building blocks it, and they can't kill it.
All right. So I think what we've got to do is we're going to building blocks Orion onto archives.
Yeah.
And then we got to just start getting rid of these pad taps. So one of the biggest things that we're going to need to do is we're going to need to set up a central lock.
So I think if you pick up the Orion, you put border on archives, and then you put Orion. Oh, that's even better, right? That's it. Take the hedge, and then put Orion on HQ.
Do we want to get rid of one of these pad taps?
Play the hedge first, and then
well
yeah.
If we play the hedge, they get the additional credit.
Oh yeah, sure. Do it that way around. You're too smart.
So they're going to take our money away.
That's fine.
Nicely, though, for Amina does cost 2 for them to break, so it's a total of 4.
Cost them 4.
Sure. We're having a rough time out here, Russell.
Yep.
What's our path to victory? Let's talk about it.
Well, you're going to have to pick up. We need scarcity. Scarcity would help. But honestly, I think it's really hard to come back from it. Is that another building blocks?
No, it's a reduced service.
Okay.
I think we need to get rid of these data suckers.
Well, yeah, sure. I think you probably have to take 2 and then preempt it back in some economy.
Yeah, we're just getting like ground down under a boot heel here.
Yeah.
It looks like this person is playing the Leela from Euros.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think we res Chrysium here.
No, sure.
We have a bunch of res dice for all the good it's doing us.
Yeah, at some stage it becomes uneconomic for them to. Yeah, you need another building blocks, really. That's what's going to save us here. And they're bound to have another grant in hand by now, too.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely in what I would call a tough spot.
Yeah, you can't play the oversight unless you've got a sentry.
Yeah, I think we can.
Unless you've got a sentry.
I think we can toss that. We can't play that. Not in this current environment. Now, our one saving grace is that if they keep like bouncing around to get stuff, there's a chance they could accidentally see an agenda, steal it, and we could pick up an ice and kill them.
Yeah, and unfortunately, none of those ice are going to be good enough for that, though.
We got a building blocks, but we don't have the money. So next turn, we'll pick something up and then use it. And then we'll get rid of the... Probably the Mausolus is a liability more than anything. We're playing the Euros deck. Yeah, let me link it. It's also in the show notes on Europe. So I was wrong. I said it was a good hand because we had cheap ice, but we didn't have the money explosion power to get out of hell, right?
No, sure.
And now that's going to cost us pretty significantly. So let's pick up border control. Let's draw mandatorily. I guess.
That's good.
What do we? So let's do the hedge
I'd
fund.
put building blocks with a chassis on R&D.
Then put border control back on archives.
Yep. Because they're going to try and we've got to make it more expensive for them to recur crowdfunding than it is for them to more expensive for them to recur crowdfunding than it is otherwise. Yeah, that'll. I think that's fine. Should we res that, right?
Yeah, we should res that, right?
Sure. It means you can't res the border control on archives, but so they'll get 3 runs there.
Right, but this is going to be at least a 4 credit tax. All these money cards they have, huh?
Yep.
Now, one of the interesting things is they've got 8 cards left, right? And they haven't stolen anything. Right? And
they pick up the Chiashi, right?
Yeah. So if you look at their deck, right, like a lot of their money is spent. So if they keep kind of just like putzing around, then they could potentially run out of steam.
Because they will do eventually. So here's the thing: how many corporate grants have they got in the bin?
None.
Okay, so they're holding them in hand.
Yeah.
So I think you can't res the Chiashi if they come again, right? What's the turn? Well, you can force them to play it, right? That's not terrible. If you play the scarcity and then take 2, because they're not going to be trying to recur. They're not going to be trying to recur the crowdfundings this turn.
They're so rich. It's such a problem.
At some stage, purging might make sense. There you go.
I mean, even an SSL steal would be pretty okay for us, right?
Really? I don't know. Oh, an SSL steal, yeah, sure.
Right, because they'd be giving us some money at least.
At some stage, it is going to become expensive, especially once you purge, right?
Yeah. So I think we can afford to put this Mausolus on R&D.
They're going to doof at some point, right? I mean, they are going to do that.
Yeah, let's draw. I should have done that first. And then let's put the Rashida in the remote.
That's fine.
Welcome, everybody. So Bugalter is now in play. play like it's an agenda, see if they burn some cash getting in.
Oh, I'm not sure I would have done that, Dan. That's a waste of money, right? They'll just run a few times and that money will disappear. I'd have kept that.
I guess you're right. I was worried about the double doof, so I wanted to ditch the money.
Well, you can do that on the second doof if they do that.
Well, no, it has to be... I guess you're right, yeah. We're so poor. We're really cooked.
Well, they're going to be relying on their crowdfunding. So the question is, can you make it more taxing for their more taxing for them than it is for them to recur crowdfundings? Because their money's gradually going to disappear.
I don't think that we can, is the issue, right? I mean, correction, we can, but not in a timely manner, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because we're just...
Yeah, the oversights are doing nothing for us.
Right.
I would just concede this, Dan. I don't think there's any point in continuing. They've got a massive credit lead. You're never going to be able to have a lockable remote.
Yeah. Yeah, because they're dancing around taking our money and not getting accesses rather than winning also. Like, there's been no attempts to actually win the game on their part. So
Yep.
we're 1-1 now. See, but this is the problem that I always have with Blue Sun. I love Blue Sun. When
Yeah,
Blue Sun
I think
came out,
in retrospect, you could blame that down to we kept a hand that was
Rob coming in hot. But yeah, but Blue Sun really falls apart if it doesn't get to do its early game plan, right? Oh, did I lose Russell? Oh, are you back? Russell?
down the line's breaking up on me.
Let me see if I can get him back. Alright, so unfortunately it looks like we lost Russell for the time being. Alright, it looks like we lost him. Alright, you're back.
I'm back.
Alright. Can you see my screen?
I can. It's Rob. Okay.
So I think we're going to put the Mausolus on... I think actually we're going to put the Surveyor and then put the Mausolus in front of it, but not res the Mausolus.
Yeah. Sure. I mean, he's not caring about tax, right? So, what's on HQ?
Afshar.
Okay.
Actually, let's do this. Let's split his attention a little bit. Yeah, this Liza deck is... everybody's complaining that... or a number of people are complaining that everybody's on Argus. If everybody picks up this Liza deck, I don't think they're prepared for how much Argus they're going to see. Like, everybody will be on triple high-profile target with 2 consulting visit Argus just to blow up this deck. Because this deck basically just runs roughshod off of anyone who doesn't have a kill package, right?
Yeah, it gets very rich. I don't think you res that down.
You're going to just let him have the Rashida?
Yeah. It's going to cost them, what, 4 to break it? And...
so let's draw.
Consult. Okay, what's that? Is that border? Is that which one is that? Like reduce service or buildings blocks?
It's building blocks, but we don't have any big ice.
Okay. I would.
Do we want to put the daily quest down?
You can do, but they're going to run it for sure. This is Rob, so he's going to he'll run it if you do.
Okay.
And he'll make money off it.
Will he?
No, it's okay.
I guess he doesn't care about the tag subroutine.
No, he'll just trace it for 2 and then take 2 off, and he doesn't have any link. Let's draw a card.
Well, this is our last click.
Oh, okay. Put daily quest in the remote, but don't res it.
We'll res the Afshar here.
Mm-hmm. You'll do for next.
So our one thing is if he comes in again, well, he doesn't have to steal the STS, but if he is unwary enough, yeah, he's going to come in and doof, of course. The Liza deck is really strong. Liza's ability.
How much is the quest? How much is the quest to res?
1. It wouldn't have saved us any money.
Sure.
And we can't res it on their turn. It can only be res.
No, I was only just thinking about it, sinking the credits.
But we can't, because we can't res it on their turn. It has a condition that says it can only be resed during our action phase.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, we can pick this up to recover a little bit of our money.
Mm-hmm.
We have 2 punitives now, which is not bad.
Yeah, I think you put that on HQ.
Well, let's draw first, because we don't need the consulting anymore. The only thing we're consulting for is punitive.
He's going to embezzle for sure.
Right, but it's the 3rd copy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's draw. Now we've got an archived as well.
Yeah.
Let's put it on HQ and then get a credit.
Mm-hmm.
And then ditch the consulting. Yeah, I mean, we're just going to kind of get run roughshod over here. Mm-hmm. This is 2 games in a row where the deck is just not giving us any big ice early, but that's because this build only has 5 big ice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll res it. If we can get even 1 more piece of ice for this remote, we can res this daily quest.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. Coming in hot. So we lose the archive memories, which stinks, but that's actually, like, not the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Coming in again with another embezzle. Alright, I don't know how we win this.
Let's draw a card. Draw another card.
Put the slot machine on there, res daily quest. Or do we preemptive here to get the stuff back into the deck?
What's he going to do? He's going to run HQ, I think. So the question is, it's going to cost him 4 plus 4. I think you can make running HQ unaffordable for him because it's going to cost him 8 in total to run HQ now, which is not insignificant. So I think if you put the slot machine on HQ, that's fine. What's on R&D?
Mausolus.
Mm-hmm.
Do we res that?
I don't think so. But I think preempting back the kill package is probably not terrible. You only need one big ice, right? And then he's got to be careful about what he does.
Well, I mean, he's developing this huge bankroll, right?
Sure he is.
All right. We don't have the thing to res the big ice, though, is the problem.
Mm-hmm.
So let's draw. I guess we're just going to gain a buck.
Yeah, and then put the kill pieces back in again.
Just 2 out of 3 embezzles have been used. I think we need to res this Mausolus.
Sure. And the Chiashi, if you can get the Chiashi resed on R&D, that's going to be a help, right?
What, Chris? Let's res the slot machine. I'll probably just let the subroutine fire. So that was that alone was 7, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Amina, I might have to change my 419, my reg 419. The Amina is brutal.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what you can do here by putting the Mausolus on archives and taking 2. I know. You just need to get one of your building blocks or oversight pieces out.
Yeah, well,
oversight for Chiashi.
Luckily,
probably
we have the Chiashi, because the Orion's quite bad against Amina. That's the other thing. We keep being up against Criminal, and like Amina is the only decoder that breaks Orion really cheaply.
Mm-hmm. Also, Rob knows that there's no kill in this. There's no hostile high-profile target in this.
So here's what I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to put the Orion on the remote.
Mm-hmm.
Gain a credit. Gain 2 credits in res daily quest.
Does that help you? How does that help? He's got Book Gold is going to break that for 2 on the remote, and you can't res the Orion.
Yeah. Well, what are we going to do?
I would gain 3 and drop the scarcity. And here's the challenge, because corporate grant. I don't mean play the scarcity. I mean drop it in the bin. It's worthless, right?
Right.
I mean you could have trashed the rogue trading, but again, this game is a lost game. So I think.
Ooh. So this was the concern, right, that I had going into testing this
Yeah.
deck, is that a lot
Sure.
of times blue sun decks, if people know what they're about, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously, Aaron won Euros with it, so it's not terrible, right?
No, that is not what I am saying. It's a great deck and it's super tuned, but Blue Sun is like the most fair Wayland that exists, and fair decks do less good once people know what they're about. Do you know what I'm saying?
Sure. So again, I don't know. I don't. You're just going to spend a lot of time clicking for credits there, and I would just say to Rob, thanks very much, and move on.
Right, but we've done that twice now. That's not good.
Well, I don't know. I think you just take your rocks, right? Unless the only thing that saves us here is if we get if we can oversight if you can oversight the Chiashi, for example. He's not going to play Turtle, I think. So if you can oversight the Chiashi, or if you can building blocks the Chiashi.
Like, that's my thing. I'm not saying that this is a bad deck. It won Euros. The pile behind it was really good.
I think you just say this is sure.
Yeah.
We were outplayed. It's a poor matchup. If you were running a different kind of Blue Sun where you had high profile target, you'd have won by now. So
yeah. Well, let's take a look at the list.
give him a good game. Oh.
Didn't I?
No.
Here, I'll send it to Rob directly. There, I sent it to him over Slack. I said, good game, my friend.
Yep.
All right. I don't know.
There's all sorts of things there that would have won you that, like an end the run with Daily Quest behind it, for example, would have done that, or a building blocks against But we didn't get the cards we needed, so that's the way it works.
I mean,
just play another game as is. I wouldn't change it.
I think we're gonna pull another criminal, right? Also, the other thing is at a big tournament, you're gonna be able to face the Shapers and Anarchs that this deck is really good against, right?
I don't think it's terrible against criminal if you find what you need, but sure.
Yeah, I mean,
or just.
I just don't think this has enough big ice to warrant the tools that it has, right? Especially since it's an IPO list. Like, there's no IPO in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, our primary economy is a thing that we have only 5 cards that trigger it. The 3 Chiashis and the 2 Orions.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's see what we pull. Right now, I'm firmly in Glacier HB. Because I want the muddiest ice I can get. So what have you been playing, my friend? Talk to me.
So I've been playing a lot of Leela, learning a lot of Leela, trying a few different kind of build out. I've got a new build out, which is a sort of en passant Leela, and try and remove HQ ice, which is a different kind of build. But yeah, just trying to get my head around Leela. Played a lot of 419 recently. So.
Are you doing DDoS without en passant?
No, shut down.
Oh, neat. Yeah, that would work. So you're going
run
through
HQ,
whatever it is.
run HQ, shut it down, en passant it.
That's really cool. Yeah. And en passant is what, 2 or 3 influence?
It's 3, I think.
That's pretty expensive. Are you running all 3 copies or just 2?
No, 3 copies.
I don't like this, but we do have the big ice. And
no,
we
I
could...
don't.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Yeah, this is better anyway, because the slot machine's better.
Yeah. I think this is another cushion.
This is way better. So I think we're gonna put Afshar on HQ.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna put slot machine on R&D, and then just get a buck.
Mm-hmm.
And next turn we can try to draw into a big ice.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have to be wary of the SMC stim hack, right? What is happening? An adjusted chronotype just went down.
And a beach party. Okay.
I guess we could start building out a remote and get a credit.
Mm-hmm.
Double that's pretty nice. They got that combo super early. Well,
it's probably some kind of Fear the Masses deck or...
Punitive is gone, right? Punitive's a dead card.
Mm-hmm.
I guess...
Put on the remote. Put the Surveyor in front of it. Yeah.
And, yep.
And then res it, and that's it.
But yeah.
Although if you... Well, you've got no way to tag them, right? Otherwise you could trash the game days.
Yeah. That's a different deck. That's like an outfit deck. Blue Sun's almost always on Punitive as its kill package. Peace in Our Time.
So maybe it's some kind of deck where they trash a ton of cards to see a ton more cards.
It's probably the the Stavernus, like the back implant.
Stavernus stim implants, sure.
I think we let this click down one more turn, and the next turn we pick it up, or even...
Is that reduced service on the left-hand side?
Yep.
So I think you put that in the remote, and then take 2?
Yeah, then next turn we jam the SSL.
Yeah. Pick up that, and then put in the SSL.
Chrysium for R&D. When we find one.
Or you could get them to steal 2 agendas in one turn with 3 punitives in hand. That would kill them.
That is certainly true. That would kill them. Alright. Install. Advance. Advance. Pre-res, because we don't know if they're on interjection. Deck like this that is doing some sort of combo, it's not unreasonable to assume that they would be on something like interdiction to prevent a Chrysium res.
No, sure.
Right, if you're pitching your whole hand for a combo, you would want to make damn sure, right, that the combo actually lands, because nothing would be worse than pitching.
So they only 2 beach parties means you lose 3 clicks. They've probably got that that genetics thing that means that they don't lose the second thing either, right? Isn't there that something says something? There's something. The second time it triggers, it doesn't trigger either, or something. Do you know the one I mean? Hang on, they undid your click, which undid your res of reduced service.
Yeah, there we go. Well, the nice thing is Beth functions as an extra adjusted chronotype.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, they're doing something big, right?
Where if they bookmark too much stuff, you could punitive them. But bookmarks a trash ability, right?
Right. There's an instant speed version of it.
Yeah. This is going to be a Fear the Masters or Out of the Ashes or something like that deck for sure, and they're going to bin your whole R&D.
That's why we got to try to go fast, right?
Mm-hmm.
We can go ahead and ditch these punitives because the punitives are not going to be how we win.
Nope.
Though I have.
I mean, they're not showing any breakers. Fact that they're not.
I did once win off of 4 punitives against a Geist, if you recall, Russell.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember who that was against?
No idea. It's lost in the mist of time.
Lost in the mist of time. Who?
So they're not showing any breakers down. So does that make it? Well, and we're not showing any ice, right? So, I mean, something like Chiashi on HQ isn't terrible.
I think we're gonna put.
Oh, so where does the Crisium go? Does it go on HQ or does it go on R&D? Because one of these things is, let's ask the chat. Do we put the Crisium on HQ or do we put the Crisium on R&D?
Wait. How much influence is Fear the Masses?
Don't know. Which is well, there's one that trashes, right? And there's
Fear
one
the
that
Masses is the HQ one, right? If they're on Stavernus, I think they're on Stavernus, where they're gonna do like an access the whole deck with Stavernus implant.
could be. So what is that? Where do we put the Crisium?
Here, I need to look up Fear the Masses real quick.
Just type it in.
I'm looking it up. So Fear the Masses is 2, okay? If they have the full complement of 6 of them, right? Then that's 12. We've already seen 2 influence. We've already seen 4 influence, right? Because we've seen 2 Peace in Our Times and an adjusted chronotype, right? I don't think they're on Fear the Masses. I think they're doing Stavernus implant.
Okay, and that's R&D, right?
Then it goes on R&D. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And we're going to pre-res it. We'll put all this lovely stuff back in, and we're going to pre-res everything. I can't even spell Stavernius. Does anybody know how to spell that card?
It's Severnius, right? S-E-V.
There it is. And that's 4 influence. And it's a successful run effect, right?
What's that?
Oh my god, Stavernius Stim Implant isn't affected by Crisium because it's when you access cards.
It's an Out of the Ashes deck, right? So that gives them a ton more clicks. Isn't Out of the Ashes more clicks?
Okay, I'm sorry, I was wrong. We have to move it to HQ. But luckily, we are Blue Sun, so we can move Crisiums around.
Can you put?
Let's put
is reduced service? Is reduced service? Is reduced service remotes only?
No.
So can you do something there to? There you go. Or it's an APOC deck. I bet it's an APOC deck.
It's not going to matter though. In the groove. What is happening right now?
Okay.
Okay, they just put a monolith down. I am 100% here for this. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Whatever they're doing, I'm on their team now.
That's a rig.
They're still going. Because they're drawing as they go within the groove.
Are they on? What's their restricted card? Is it Levy? Is that Lamp or is that Angelo?
It's Angolo. It's
right.
it's Ninja Kicks. I think we're gonna pick up Reduced Service, so it doesn't continue to lose counters. Gosh.
Is that? Well, hang on a minute. So where do we want the Chiashi?
Probably Archives for now.
You're gonna building blocks it?
Yeah. And then we'll put the Reduced Surface on R&D. What do you think?
Yeah.
You don't like that play?
Yeah, that's good. The Oversight's worthless now. Unless you can put it behind something else.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's just get a credit. We're just defending those centrals like a boss. Yes, Dave Saya is in awe that somebody found a non-degenerate use of Beach Party and Game Day.
Yeah. So don't forget the punitives are now live. If they pop the bookmark and the stuff and they don't use it on the end of it. So there you go. Let's make them spend some money. That's going to cost them 3.
Yeah.
If they trash the Crisium, that tells you something.
It does. Thankfully, we've got another one. And we have an archive, right? So we can just pick it up and put it right back in.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't look like they have great econ sources, right?
No.
Excuse me.
Whew. So that's going to cost them a fair amount to get in there, actually. I think you res those. So we can always pick up the chassis next time, right? Because they're going to have to boost the nanotech. Costs you 5, it costs them 5, but then
they're in play, right?
Mm-hmm. They are pretty low on money right now. They'll get 2 back.
Yeah, I mean, they'll still be able to trash it.
Yep.
But they broke their economy, and we're going to get 12 back.
Mm-hmm. I think they have to trash it, right? No, they're not going to.
Big oof energy. I, too, am puzzled by battering ram. I think Lady would be a better choice, but we don't know precisely what they're doing. So let's pick up
it's that monolith value, right?
Right,
is that another building blocks?
Yeah, I really wish we could draw an agenda. So I think we gotta get the Crisium back on HQ.
What's the cost of battering ram to break Chiashi?
Very bad.
Do we care about archives now?
No, but I'm just making it so that they can't do their on the ashes, like whatever install shenanigans they're trying to do.
Triple notoriety or something.
Right.
Yeah. So what are the numbers on battering ram?
It's 3 to break. It's 3 strength, 5 cost, 2 to break 2 subs, and 1 for 1 strength.
Yeah.
And it keeps it for the turn, remainder of the run. So if it didn't cost 5, it would actually be pretty good. The biggest issue with battering ram is that it costs 5 to put down.
So they're taxed out right now. Is that the idea?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is like, we've just basically broken their combo with 3 different ways, right? We have a big ice, an upgrade that prevents the run from starting, and an upgrade that stops the run from being successful, right? Because I have to believe that they're on a pot. They're on some sort of like weird...
I don't think it's going to be... Oh, okay, so what's this? So they're levy.
They levy.
All right.
Okay.
So, okay. If they can't grade... Can you score now? Well, I think you score that, right? You score the hostile now.
Oh, nope. Undo click. Because we can just do that in a free remote. $32 credits.
Yeah.
We're so rich, Russell.
Yeah, and they've got hidden money too.
Yeah, they're doing a thing where they run before the turn starts and then play peace in their time and credit kiting in the same turn. That's the combo.
All right, so they've got money.
They're using Out of the Ashes to run before the turn formally begins.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you put Chiashi on the remote, install advance. See, this is why we should have kept the punitives. Put the Chiashi on the remote, and then, let's draw, and then draw first click.
Let's put Chiashi down in hedge fund.
Put the Chiashi on server 1.
hedge, and then next turn we'll jam.
And then hedge, and then hedge.
Yeah.
Because if we had two punitives right now, they haven't done the thing where their hand size goes right up. So they're using that to get the reduced service down, I guess.
All right.
Border control would be good here. Which do we want?
Well,
they're just going to ditch the misdirection, which we hardly care, which isn't going to be a thing. But maybe you create a window, actually. I think if you score this one, then you create a window for the next one. Yeah. I don't think they can get in twice to that server.
Well, this Chiashi's going to eat them, right? So here's the Maker's Eye. And we have the border control to interrupt it, which just, let me tell you, it feels great. We got you countered.
So, yeah. I think you raised that too, right? We want to tax that as much as we can.
I mean, we have 1 billion credits, right? And then we'll just use border control to end the run.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that'll do it.
It's a win. It appears this deck does better again.
Well, I mean, I think no, that's not. I think one of the biggest things is that right. One of the reasons why you and I liked the Rotom Appliances criminal deck is the best way to deal with ice is the corp never being able to afford to res them, right? Against Shaper and Anarchs, you actually get the opportunity to res your ice and use your money in this deck. And when that happens, exactly like what we were trying to do in the other games against the criminals actually happens, where we muddy the servers to the point that they're just like hemorrhaging money trying to get accesses.
Yeah,
but against criminal, that's very difficult to do if they have a good open.
I think in both of those first two games, Corporate Grant and Amina, were that's losing 2 credits a turn is not really sustainable.
Right. In this economy, absolutely not. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I love these style of decks, like these kind of like slow, thoughtful Blue Sun decks, where you just use like Dread as a weaponized Dread, right?
Yep. In Aaron's deck notes on NRDB, Dan, does he talk about any changes that he would make retrospectively?
Let me take a look.
No. I mean, apart from, as you say, maybe putting bigger ice in. I think it is interesting that in these first 3, how many games we played now? 4. Yeah. We haven't used Oversight once.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. It's a tough card to use, right?
If you get it early and you could put something in front of it, it's okay.
Yeah, this is my, while we're waiting, this is my other deck that I'm working on.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I think I've seen. Did I see you playing this the other day?
Yeah.
Vulnerable to apocalypse, as all ginger decks are.
Yeah, well, you know, what are you going to do? I mentioned on stream that if that was the case, I would cut one border control and the scarcities and get 3 Chrysium grids into that deck.
All right, what do we think? You could do Afshar, HQ, Chrysium on HQ, install Rish.
I don't think this is a good hand.
Okay.
Alright. So I think we just put the border control on HQ. We get a credit, we put scarcity down.
Mm-hmm. So can you, at some stage, do you also have the option to like try and score the SSL out? Because you've got punitive, archive, punitive.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, so...
So if you just install advance that, what does punitive cost to play?
3.
Okay. So if you install advance that,
Which
you'd be on 2 credits.
No, we'll be on 3 credits, and then if they steal it, we'll drip 3.
Yeah.
This is
and archive memories is 0 to play.
Correct. They're saying, I'm not going to check that card. Now,
okay,
that drug dealer...
They're going to be really poor.
That drug dealer, though, does help them survive punitive, because it can draw them up to 6.
That's true, so you need triple punitive. But now I think you do what?
Probably get the Mausolus on R&D, right?
Yeah, or do you get the daily quest going behind Mausolus? Like install Mausolus, install daily quest, gain a credit?
Maybe.
Or maybe you just take 3 and put Mausolus on R&D?
Okay.
Well, that's fine. So let's credit hedge.
Credit hedge seems great.
Yeah.
Because then next turn we can get the Chiashi out if we want. Because there's a reasonable chance here. Oof. Okay. So let's put the Mausolus on R&D. Let's put the Chiashi out. Actually, let's put the Surveyor and the... No, we're not going to have enough clicks. Let's put it out. No, because then we can't res it. What am I doing?
You can put the Chiashi out, install the daily res. You can put daily quest out, put Chiashi out.
Well, we're not going to be able to res the Chiashi if we res the daily quest. Because Chiashi costs 12.
Just wait. And what does daily quest cost?
1.
Okay, so we're 1 credit short. Next turn you can do that. They're going to doofus, just to know. At some point they're going to doofus, so we want to be aware of that.
Well, we have a border control. Well, we can put the Surveyor in front there.
I think you do. Also, sneak door's a thing.
It is, but we don't have any agendas for them to steal.
So now I think you can put...
Afshar in front on HQ.
Afshar in front. Yeah.
We can even put the Surveyor on the remote, so it's cheaper to protect the daily quest with.
That's fine. And then res daily quest, and then take a credit.
Yep.
That's good.
Dave, when are you going to come back on the show, my friend? Alright, so let's draw.
Let's draw.
Draw
Draw.
again.
Yeah. And I think you do want to be careful of sneak door. So I put the Orion on HQ on archives just to deter it.
I invite you all the time. You have an open... You're my monster brother from another mother. You're always welcome on this show, Dave. Terrible deck degenerates that we are.
So just a minute. So what's it cost for them to break Chiashi?
They have to turn it, so it's 2. They have to double boost, so that's 6, and then it's 9 total.
Right, so they only have 10. So they're either going to take some damage or the run's going to end. So I think you res that rather than the surveyor, right?
Yeah, because they literally have to break it. They don't really have much of a choice here, and they're not.
Well, they can take damage.
But if they have other breakers in their hand, right?
But how many slabs on it?
3.
3. Okay. They're stone broke if they trash that. Well, they can't. At least they can trash it. All right. Yeah, they didn't trash it.
So let's take the rest of their. Well, no, they've already.
Yeah. So you'll get the money back on border control.
Yeah. Because they've already used the turn.
Mm-hmm.
This scarcity is doing work.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can pick up Chiashi to repair our economy.
So do you want to put Surveyor on the remote now rather than the Chiashi?
I do. So let's put the Surveyor down.
Maybe put and then just gain a couple.
Well, what I'm thinking.
Oh, you could put border in front of that.
Yeah, I was thinking
on the remote.
We're gonna put border in front of that and just get a credit. Because then we only have to res 1 Surveyor for it to be pretty crappy.
Yeah. They're going to be. They've made the classic class act problem, which I do a ton when I was first playing the class act, which is to play the class act when you have no money. So
you can't do anything with the cards.
Drug dealer, Earthrise Hotel, and the class act, giving them 12 cards in hand and 3 credits. That's a real challenge.
Yeah, I agree.
So they can't get in, right? If you res this.
Hang on 1 second. I'm sorry, say that again?
If you res this, they can't get in.
Because
it costs them 3.
Do we even care about them getting in?
I would always deny them an access because they're Gabe, right?
I guess that's true.
So whatever happens, they lose 2 here.
Alright, which means they can't continue.
No, they don't lose 2 because they broke the Afshar routine.
Oh, they broke. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I feel for them because being stone broke like this is not fun.
But that's what we were dealing with last game.
Yeah.
And they have no money to install all those cards they drew. They're going to have to get rid of 7 cards.
Yeah.
Which is a that's a nightmare.
Yeah, I think when you've got Earthrise running, you don't install the Class Act. And when you've got Drug Dealer running as well. Not unless you've got, like, 30 credits or something. Kiros McIntyre, shut down. Okay.
Well, yeah, unfortunately...
So being aware of shutdowns is important, because that could hit us.
Yeah. Alright, let's draw.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we'll get the other Surveyor on R&D.
Yeah. So so I'm just thinking about the Doof coming in at some point, and sure, we've got border control, but we don't want to lose that.
I mean, but Doof that's so expensive for them, right?
It's going to cost them 5. Yeah, 5 to loot for us to lose 5, and for them to stay neutral.
Okay, so they got their drip going now.
Yeah. Oh, they played the. Do you want to do archive for
scarcity?
Archive for scarcity.
No, because we need it for our kill combo, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's draw.
So what you could do is you could put the daily quest behind the Mausolus.
And a new remote and do double.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Or put the Chiash in front of it.
No, come on.
All right.
But yeah, double. There's nothing saying that you can't install 2 daily quests, baby. There's no pip. There's no pip on that card, right? The little unique pip. When you absolutely need to let somebody know that you're gonna have more money than them, right?
Yep.
Yeah, now we're dripping 6 a turn. I'd really like us to draw an agenda sometime soon. Oh, let's put this Chrysium on HQ.
That seems good.
That solves our doof problem. We just need to draw into an agenda, right? Like...
We do.
They have a lot of stuff going on.
Dripping for 6 a turn is a little bit insane.
So we'll res this, because we can just pick the entire server up.
It's going to cost them like 4.
Do you have
that's why it should have been the Chashi, Dan. I did tell you.
That's true. I mean, this is still pretty expensive for them. Do you have a pet bird?
A pet bird? No.
I heard
We've had chickens in the past.
I have hear birds chirping in the background.
Oh, we have birds outside.
Oh, yeah.
There's a ton of birds.
We live open.
We live on the edge of a park and the window's open, so...
Yeah. Listen, these questions don't come out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's fine. They're going to be trying to get the crowds going, I guess, here.
We're going to stick a tag here, most likely. Oh, no, this is Mausolus. Never mind. But we are still going to stick a tag. Gain 1. Do 1 net damage. Give the runner a tag.
Yeah, well, they need to clear that.
If they hit an agenda here, we could kill them.
Yeah. They got to clear that, otherwise they lose their...
They lose everything except for that. They lose everything except for their drug dealer.
Yeah.
Which I'm happy to let them keep, right?
They're on Rubicon's Switch as well. I've lost any sympathy that I had for them.
Alright. So they're gonna get some crowdfundings.
They get the crowdfundings back, yeah.
They earned it.
A new follower.
Hey, Jonathan. Thank you very much for the follow.
So I guess we pick up the Mausolus, right?
Yeah, we're gonna pick up the Mausolus. We're gonna draw mandatorily.
Mm-hmm. I think you want to draw for an agenda, right?
Because if ever, one, right?
There you go. There you go.
So, I'm willing to put the Mausolus on archives.
They drip 5 next turn.
Or should I just put the Mausolus on R&D to boost Surveyor?
What's the archive size?
Orion, very big.
Well, that'll fire if it happens. They don't want to get.
Well, yeah,
that.
and I guess they don't have a strong incentive to run R&D, right?
They can't afford to do it. They can't afford to run it. They're going to take 4 credits this turn. I would just I don't know, take 2 credits, ditch the Mausolus and a Chiashi, and then next turn we push the SDS.
Because also cards, also the Orion.
Yeah.
We just want the 2 Chiashis because the Chiashis are the hardest thing for them to break.
Yeah, their turn is going to be take 4, I predict. And then the next turn you go install advance SDS, and if they lose the Angelo to the SDS, that's also not good for them. Plus, then they die with
punitive.
There you go. So I think you pick up the, and you definitely do that one because if we score it, then we kill the Angelo.
So what do we ditch here? Chiashi probably.
Yeah, Chiashi.
Actually, no.
Ditch the quest, right?
Ditch the quest. We're never going to use it, right? Yeah. That's true, Dave. 4 to 6 is no difference on Angolo math. Spoon. So I think we just res and immediately use border control, right?
What's the other ice?
It's double Surveyor. Or do we just let them? Do we res all 3 as per normal?
See in a few minutes. Sorry, Dan, slightly distracted. Sun came into the room. So what? Yeah, I think you can do that because they can't get into the rest of it, right? I would just. Well, let's think about this. If you don't res that, but you res the Surveyor, right?
The Surveyor's the better ice. So
yeah. So if you don't res that, but you res the Surveyor. I think my suggestion: if you don't res the border control, but you res the Surveyor, they've got to pay more to break it, and then they kill it. Then they're going to have to hit another Surveyor, which they then can't break, and they lose their Angelo. And you can't end the run. That's it. Yeah. So if they continue here, they're in a whale of trouble.
Innermost is another Surveyor. Looks like they're saying no thanks and bailing out.
Yeah, so unfortunately, their Angelo is no more. I don't think you pick anything up here, right? Because you're going to get a mandatory draw.
Yeah, we're not going to pick anything up.
Rip.
Then we're gonna.
Well, the archive memories you could use for economy, right?
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
Is there a building blocks in the bin?
No, we haven't seen any of those res cards actually. We've just been grinding them out the mid-range glacier way.
Hmm.
Another Angolo. Big spender.
Mm-mm.
8 influence.
So if you install advance the SDS, next turn they're going to drip to 12, but they can't get into the remote twice.
So we can install advance, and they can't get in twice.
And then you can pick up. What happens if you pick up something here to give you more? No,
we don't need to. We will have the money to score next turn because we can pick up any ice. Let's do it. Let's jam. And if they get it, it's their first agenda that they're stealing, right?
Also, you can pick something up, play hedge, punitive.
Yep. Just murder them. Murder.
This is where we need Dave to help us out on the maths. He's the punitive expert. I can't do punitive maths. Okay, so that's fine. I think you do res the next one, right?
Oh, absolutely. We're living that surveyor life, baby. Now, they need to draw up to 5 cards or they die.
Well,
if they draw up to 5 cards, then they get to 6 with drug dealer. Okay, so we win.
Well, let's do that. Okay, so you pick up your most expensive ice, which is surveyor.
Yeah, so we're gonna pick up a surveyor. And I think probably all too late they realize the error of their ways, and then let's nuke them.
So I guess that's what the deck's designed to do. So if they could have landed, I don't think they even managed a single successful HQ run, right?
No, we locked them out of HQ pretty early.
So the emergency shutdowns would have done a lot of work. That'll have to be my last game, Dan, because Rachel's about to come home from work and we're going to have supper. So.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Sure. Interesting to play a Blue Sunday for the first time.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Russell. And
catch you later on stream.
Continue to get better.
All right. Cheers, Dan. Bye.
All right. So let's take a look. We're now what? We're 3-2. It's not doing terrible by any stretch. It's definitely a strong deck. I just really feel like that Liza deck is such a problem, right? See you, Dave. All right. Let's keep. Alright, so he's coming in. Let's draw. Let's draw. Let's put Rashida in there. Hey, Pink Warrior, what's up? Welcome, welcome. Are we gonna get APOC'd? I think if we're gonna do this, the time is now. It's never gonna get easier for us. If he has the clone chip, he has the clone chip. So we really need a punitive, right? I think we have to just try to jam this. So basically, we can win this if we draw some punitives. Which we don't, unfortunately. We're not going to draw them fast enough. So I think we're probably cooked. There's no ability to break barriers that we've seen, so our one chance is to try to very rapidly jam here and trust our R&D not to give us up, right? Sure. All the bad pub in the world is yours. Now this is going to be nice and taxing. Oh my gosh. Okay. So let's go immediately into this one. No, they had 0. There was no money left for Rob to lose. So we're actually going to get rid of the data sucker here because that's what lets them trash cards. Actually, no. We'll get rid of Blorky. We'll pay 1, so, or we'll pay 2, so we don't get another bad pub. And we'll end the run. We're never going to utilize that Orion, I don't think. Actually, that's the wrong card. We're never going to use the Punitive now. So we could lose at any time here. They're going hard. Okay. So next turn, we jam, and we see what happens. He's digging for the Yusuf. From the jaws of defeat. That's a long access. Looks like they won. We won it. And we did it all with SSL money. Baby. SSL, great agenda or greatest agenda? Not SMC Lice, SMC Live. SMC Lice is a different thing. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of really like purple. Let's go back to the purple deck and see how we do. The purple drank. Alright, so what are people thinking that we're really going to be most vulnerable to? So this is probably an APOC deck. Let's put this on HQ. Let's put this on R&D. And let's put this on the remote and get a credit. Or not get a credit. Because credits don't exist. Good luck, have fun. Now, a big part of me wants to be a huge troll and put this first Ginger Grid on archives. As a way of dealing with Omar. Is that insane? Let's put this on server 1. Let's put this on archives. Let's res it. Let's draw. Because Omar is a huge part of the late game, and if we can even just get 2 ice on here installed clicklessly, it'll be pretty good for us. So there's the DDoS. Yeah, so this is 1000% an APOC deck. So I guess our biggest concern is how quickly is the APOC going to come down, right? If it comes down this turn, we're fucked. Yep, we're fucked. Yay! Woo! Turnabout is fair play. Alright. Let's put that on archives. Let's put that on R&D. Let's put that out there. If APOC becomes the way of the future, we're gonna have a pretty serious problem. I kind of wish they hit the domestic sleepers here. Take the 2 credits. Advance, advance, advance. Score. Take the 2 cards. Because we just need to keep moving, right? Let's res that. So they take an entire turn off. So do we put the Surveyor on Archives? Well, I guess there's nothing that we can do. There's nothing that we can do that will actually prevent the apocalypse once the first one is landed. We just have to try to jam out as quickly as possible, right? I'm gonna have to run somewhere. I don't think we res here. If they hit one of these agendas, they then cannot apocalypse us. And if they do apocalypse us, we keep the architects. Which is really good. Let's draw. Let's start building the new remote. And let's draw. Let's draw again. Let's put a Hagen out there. Let's force some money to be spent. Yeah, they don't have any points, which is nice. I love the stim hack coming out. We're not going to res anything, so it's entirely wasted. Now, how many ashes have we lost? Just one? That's pretty okay. Our deck is certainly not doing us any favors. Holy crap. We're holding every agenda that's left with 19 cards left. There are no agendas left in R&D. Oh, they're gonna go for another APOC. Doesn't matter though, we've lost. Because there's 2 SSLs and an Ikua in there. That stunk. I don't know. I don't know if the blue sun is better than the ginger purple, right? I don't like that hand. This is a little better. At least it's got a hedge fund in it. All right. Let's see how it goes. All right, so let's do that. I would like to play Wayland at regionals, but I kind of don't want to play Argus because I feel like a lot of people are teching for it. Oh, I wonder if this is the Rube Goldberg deck. Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing is everybody is on Argus. So when people are thinking about their decks, they're going to be building the decks specifically around, like, the Argus matchup, right? So I think here we're going to put this out, and we're going to oversight it. Get that big money, baby. And then we'll put out the border control with the Rashida on it, with the Rashida behind it. I guess one of the nice things about Wayland and Blue Sun in particular is you have access to Chrysiums without having to spend any influence on them. Even though they're only one, it feels bad to spend limited influence, right? I like Blue Sun, I just don't like getting burned by it, right? Okay, I think we put the reduced service in there. And we put another Rashida in there. And we get a credit. And then we are ready to jam the SSL next turn. Not necessarily. I mean, Citadel's a nice include, but like the big thing that the Blue Sun deck has, that the Argus deck doesn't have, is that the ice in the Blue Sun deck is super muddy and makes accesses very hard to get. So it can get mid-game, like, rush out. Can get that mid-game rush out. Alright, let's res. Okay, so we got the border control. We got the reduced service. I think we jam slam. Res the reduced service. And we ditch. Probably a Mausolus here. We need to ditch something. Probably the scarcity. We can only crush them for so long. I think the biggest thing here is that they don't realize is that these Chiashis are just kind of like waiting for them. I think next turn, depending on what we draw, we're gonna Mausolus Archives and then put the Rashida down. Oh, perfect. Let's put this on Archives. Let's oversight it. And then let's put Rashida into the remote. Yeah, I mean, that's the problem with the Rube Goldberg decks or any of the Tech Trader based shapers. Like, I have 3 Freedom Through Equality. I had 2 Freedom Through Equalities and 1 Interdiction in my Haley Pirate build because, like, when this happens, you just lose because you can't turn the game over. They can't turn the engine over early, right? And then we'll put this Mausolus on R&D. We have so much money, it's unreal. Oh, now we have the double punitive. Now, Sports Hopper is really good for them, right? Alright. So we didn't see that before, so we're on the honor system not to be a dick about Daily Quest. But we're just going to overwrite it. And and keep jamming, because if they steal this, we just try to blow them up, right? And they can't even run it, because they don't have the credits to initiate a run on the server. This is very good. Them preemptively using the sports hopper means that we might just let them in. You'll be caught in the sports hopper. My race cars out here. This is I feel for them. I agree. I think shapers are very slow right now. All right. So yeah, they're building up to something that's not super duper gonna matter now. Well, I mean, I think the good criminals, or the good criminals, that's a Freudian slip. The good, actually, we don't need any of these. What we need is our Rashidas, so we can draw towards the win. I think right now the good runners are really focused on setting up engines that severely disrupt the corp aggressively and then create some sort of hold in the late game, right? So if you look at 419, the Nexus version has Amakua, crowdfundings, and bypass, maybe a couple bypass tools early to help them navigate the early game. And then once they hit the mid and late game and they have the Nexus and the power taps done, they turn off tagging-based strategies. They have Citadel to deal with punitive, and they have an inside job for Big Ice that just kind of locks the game. Good Stuff 419 is the same way, with the combination of Amina and Corporate Grant and just like a lot of really efficient tools to keep the corp at low money. Let's res this Chiashi, baby. To hold them down. If you look at Vow Apocalypse, it's about resetting the board. If you look at Good Stuff Vow, it's about having a curve of increasing money with the mining accidents and liberated over the course of the game, with hippos to deal with Big Ice, right? Same thing with Max. Max is about a very aggressive setup with the Maw and the Cutlery in the late game. Shapers are the only ones that don't have that serious disruption strategy. They're all about trying to create an efficient late game board state. I think the best way to fight runners right now is making sure your deck has a lot of money and making sure your deck has a lot of ice, preferably cheap ice that's easy for you to draw or easy for you to res. Ikes, Mind Games, Eli's, Fairchild 2s, Gatekeepers, right? These things that are high impact but low cost, and having a strong mid game. Glacier's in a tough spot right now. I think one of the biggest things is that Employee Strike being gone means that Blue Sun Glacier is actually playable. I don't even think it's too much Pink Warrior. I think runners or corps don't have the correct tools to punish them for it, right? So the biggest way that people punish runners for being really aggressive is net damage, which you need money for, and tagging stuff. But now there's a lot of really great strategies to negate the tags or the traces that give you tags. And those happen to also be in the runners that are the best at affecting corp credit totals. So I think at this juncture, what they really need is more... Oh, perfect. Okay, so... yeah, let's just jam it. Better get cracking. So they have to run this twice, but then we can just end the run twice with border controls. Or we can just let them in and murder them. No, I mean, I guess there's too many things that they can pop. We won't go for the murder. We'll just go for the guaranteed win. Okay, good game. And then we won with 3 SSLs chained together. One neat thing is very few people are on Very few people are on Film Critic, so that's obviously also very good for a Blue Sun, right? Alright. It's looking pretty solid. Let's ask the important questions. How many of my alt arts would this deck use? 3, 6, 7, 10. Yeah, I mean, I've been trying to stream more. If you can support the channel, please do. I'm so glad that oversight AI is back in this game. Oh, right, hedge funds. How can I forget hedge funds? Compared to how many alt arts does this use? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 20, 21. So again, we're against the Leals, right? GLHF, HQ, R&D. Yeah, Mausolus is pretty good. It is a pretty nasty liability against Amina, though. Which all these friggin' crims are on. Ooh, they whiff on the hostile. On the falsified credentials. They're going to hit on that one. But this is all while... Oh, that's all good, because this is last click with them not having any money to take, or any clicks to take advantage of it. And that's... Unsure Gamble play there was not ideal, I would say, for them. Here we're going to ditch a oversight. We can just get a couple of ticks out of this. Going to be in pretty good shape here. Let's draw once. Let's put a Chrysium on HQ. Let's get a credit, and then ditch the consulting for now. So let's draw. Let's put the slot machine on archives. Let's put a... Let's hold on. We should put that on R&D. We should telegraph that we don't have any agendas in HQ, even though that is a lie. So I'm definitely glad we iced with the Amakua in play. Let's draw once. Let's hold on to the Chrysium so we have one to replace the first one that they're going to trash. Goodness. I guess we'll ditch this daily quest since they're not contesting the other one. The other thing that I always have a problem with Blue Sun is if you flood so hard because you have to hold your punitive tools in your hand. So you basically have 3 dead slots in HQ at all times. Right? So they don't have Amina. So I think next turn... Let's put this on archives, actually. Next turn, we can try to jammy jam. So they don't hit an agenda there. So 2 deuce being used. No encounter. No, that was very minimally impactful. I guess we should start the scoring window, especially if they go ham. Our HQ is so shit. It's unreal. Yeah, we're gonna get our entire deck taken apart, right? Our biggest prayer here is that we draw into a punitive and just murder them, right? So, but we don't draw it, so let's put this on HQ. Let's put this on R&D. Let's put this in the remote and res it. And then we have to purge next turn. Yeah, we're so fucked. Leela's such a hard matchup for us, so how do we shore up that matchup? Yeah, I don't think we've won a game against a Leela today. We've played 3 Leelas, and we've lost all 3 times. Those have been our losses every single time. Like, Criminal's real popular right now, so we can't really justify playing a deck that doesn't have a game against Criminal, right? Or are we just playing the deck wrong? Whereas I feel like the Ginger deck has a much better game against Leela because it installs Ice for no credits. So basically, as long as they don't draw into a David, we're fine. Patchwork. I don't know. Corps are hard right now, right? Everything kind of stinks. Oh yeah, please pre-use your iPad worth. I love it. So they can't steal this, so let's just go ahead and put that out. All naked like. I don't really want to play an IG deck. Let's draw. Building blocks is nice because it gets around. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. It gets around DDoS, right? I mean, I do love me a Wayland, right? We love a Wayland in this house. What do people think? What do people think is the most viable option for a corp? The Euros results would lead you to believe that the best choice all right, it's now or nothing on this punitive kill. One. All right. Let's see if there's an I've had worse than that hand. We got it. So what kind of hand should we be going for if we're looking to beat Wayland? Or if we're looking to beat Leela? Let's try again, they say. Alright, well this is a bad hand that we will yeet into the abyss. So, let's put that on R&D. Let's put this on the remote, and let's put the daily quest in front of it. So let's hit that. Let's put the surveyor on. Don't you bug out on me now, JNet. I think having the daily quest early with cheap and the run is like a super big deciding factor. We got enough to win here, so we're gonna ditch the daily quest. No fractor is gonna kill him, right? Because they have to have the fractor down. Oh, this is ever so good. Because they still can't get in here. I mean, they popped a lot of their tools there. So we win next turn. Their deck's just a little slow. Like, depending on Corroder as max can be really tough, right? Play my runner side. Assets probably is the call against this deck. I guess that was a really bad open. I'm starting to get tired. Victor 1 is still in the game. It just nobody plays it because it sucks. So what's the call here? Events? Ice? Assets? Upgrades? I think it's going to be asset. Okay. So we got rid of a snare. So hopefully we don't hit another snare right here. We don't. Bye-bye to all your cards. Yeah, I really feel like this is one of these, like, incidental kill decks. Like, they're basically counting on snares to kill us. Let's draw once. Put that down. Get some money. Well, I mean, they're trying to reduce our hand size to the point that a snare can kill us. Right, Ice and Dia? Gotta love these off-turn draws. I mean, Unsure Gamble's a great card. Hopefully this isn't something insane like an Anansi. What's up, Ice and Dia? It's great to see you. We were having some Wayland testing days today. I think I'm still, despite the fact that the one game we played for the purple didn't go well, I think I'm still going to stay on it. Alright, well, I think we actually are going to keep the pad tap. Let's get some archives runs in, though. Get some counters ready. There's good. I have to believe that this is the kind of deck that is playing Kakugo. Right? They're trying to get us to face plant on a snare. Like, that's what their deck is built around. So that was another snare that they put in there. So here what we're going to do is we are going to run archives Hopefully it's not a breach dome. Let's... get in here. Right, because of the NGO front. We'll take the access instead. Cute. Let's force the use. That's a Ronin, we're dead, by the way. So I think now... we're gonna go for the Apocalypse so we just don't have to deal with that card. So what was the other card that they overwrote? They didn't play. They haven't played Preemptive. I wonder. Ah, we can leave that in there. Getting rid of that's better anyway. Oh, Eli, that's great. So let's just run there. Force you to res it. Just gonna let us in. Okay, we'll steal it. That was the wrong decision on their part. Let's see what that face down card was. Was it another Ikawa that they were slow rolling? No, it's another Cerebral, so we definitely never wanted to touch that, right? Let's just get some money together. We gotta get rid of some stuff. I think we've had to get rid of all 3 embezzles. which stinks. Straw. Let's inside job HQ. So we hit the SSL. Kill switch is coming down. So I wonder if this is like a putative deck, maybe. I mean, we don't have a ton of motivation to break ourselves, right? So we're on hit point runner now, which is fine. Because now we can just try to win by stealing. And that was the last turn, it looks like, for their primary win condition. Let's hit archives, get some counters. $13 cards left, no. Okay, let's run R&D. And let's win. Good game, well played. You did not almost have me. Alright, this is good. We'll keep this. Hostile, probably. We're getting big. We're getting a lot of good stuff early. That's going to significantly slow him down. Okay. Let's draw. Let's go here. I have no idea what he's doing. Let's draw. And then we'll overwrite this with this. Let's get some counters and some additional money on bankroll. Let's hit archives. Let's hit archives. Let's hit archives. And then let's hit archives again. That's not that very nice, Simon. Alright, let's draw. Let's run archives, see if that's a... Since they were also clicking for a credit here, like this does not feel like a very meaningful play for him. Unfortunately, we're going to have to get rid of Doof here, which feels pretty terrible. We are about to APOC. We who are about to APOC salute you. People out here acting like we don't work hard. We could die here if he's on punitive. Oh, phew. So now we're going to get 2 for every 3 off of this SSL. Game over. Such a spicy play. If you want to talk about a spicy boy. Now I wonder if Simon will go for the triple advance play here. We know that there's an Atlas in there. So this is probably an Atlas and a single prize sec. Okay. So that's pretty good, because now he can Audacity out. Let's hit R&D. Let's see what's here. The win. Good game. Well played. Let's go back to the sports medal. Sports. Good luck. Have fun. So hedge, architect on R&D, Eli on HQ. Focus on dodging the mining accident early. Let's draw. Let's draw again. Let's start building out a remote to score behind. Well, they don't have any breakers. So we got the border control down early. So that's going to help us jam, because Anarchs, their hardest thing to find now is the The hardest thing to find now is their refractor, right? They're gonna go for the mining accident. We'll pay. Because they don't have any clicks left to capitalize. Ideally here we draw into Rashida. They're probably gonna ditch a whole lot of breakers. Yeah, that wasn't super duper impactful for them. I'm not gonna let you have, like, we haven't used hardly any of our money cards. I'm not gonna let you have a mining accident. No, I guess they get to have one. They get to have one mining accident that fired. Let's see if they have the corroder, right? Ooh. Eat up some credits. I think we should just jam. Still didn't hit a breaker. Oh, that was stupid. They're just gonna go back in. Oh, I'm tired. Architect fires are very good. Do we jam? Do we jam? Well, let's put this on HQ. Let's put this in server 1. Let's gain a credit. This Violet level clearance isn't doing shit for us. We want them to spend a little bit more money, right? So still no MKs in the bin. We need more money. I would have rather they had gotten the SSL, right? No MK. Spend some money. Ugh. The good news is they're slowly running out of steam, right? We just have to be able to win relatively rapidly. Oh, good game. I don't know. Corps stink. Anyway, everybody, it's been a real treat hanging out with everyone today and playing some Netrunner. And until I see all of you lovely Netrunner humans again, always be running.